Good evening, everybody. This is Lenny Stockton with the Right One podcast. I told you guys there's going to be a new episode tonight, and this is your new episode. It is January 16th, 2024. So let me start by asking, how was everybody's holiday? Mine was okay. They asked me to work. I said, no, it's a national holiday in Arizona now. I think for the past 2 or 3 years has acknowledged it. And I'm like, no, I'm not working. If you're going to pay me double time because it's a holiday, yeah, I'll work. If not, nah, my brother. I am not going to work on a national holiday. I don't care if it's 2 years ago. I don't care if it happened this year. It's a national holiday. I'm not working. I don't care. That's what it is. Unless you're going to pay me double time. And I should be getting paid for it, but we'll see. We'll see. It should be 8 hours. And I get paid for 8 hours, but we'll see how that works. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it, man, and let's talk about how I don't know about how women, because women getting their hair done has always been expensive, right? But let's talk about how how men, we get our haircuts, right? So how come ever since after COVID, barbers, please tell me. If you're a barber, please chime in and tell me why our prices for a haircut, for a $35 haircut or even a $40 haircut is now $60, $70, $80, $100. Why? Well, I'm getting the same haircut I've been getting way before COVID. So why all of a sudden after COVID, my haircut has doubled or even tripled? If you're a barber, explain this to me, okay? Because I'm finna start cutting my own hair. Right? And it's going to be one level. That's how you know my hair is cut by myself, because I cut it even one level. And then, eventually I'll learn how to fade. And if I mess it up, it's going bald. I don't care. But please tell me, if you're a barber, male or female, I don't care. If you're a barber, tell me why the haircuts are so expensive now. Explain to me. I don't get it. How is the inflation of a haircut? What did COVID have to do with haircuts? Because people was buying clippers? Yeah, because barbers and everything was shut down, so we had to buy clippers. But that don't mean that you jack your prices up. It's 4 years later after COVID. You know what I'm saying? 3-4 years later, and the prices are still going up. Like, this ain't gas, motherfucker. Like, what's going on? I'm not understanding it, bro. Like, just barbers, please tell me why. And that's how you lose customers. Y'all thinking like we celebrities or something. Like, come on. Like, I'm not a celebrity, at least not yet. Come on, man. Like, and even if I was a celebrity, you tell me it's $150 for a haircut, I'm like, man, go ahead about your business, man. Go ahead about your business. I'm gonna be one of them celebrities that don't spend money on frivolous stuff. Like, no. Yeah, I'm gonna need a haircut, but I'm not about to spend $150 for a haircut. Like, no. I'm just not gonna do it. Right? But again, explain to me why. Why a $25 haircut, $35 haircut, even a $40, $50 haircut is now double, triple. I'll wait. Nobody gonna say, oh, okay, that's what I thought. It's insane, man. It's insane. Everything is insane now after COVID. Everything. All right, so I used to work at like apartment complexes, right? And I used to do the maintenance, right? So there was one point where like there was a law, right, where you couldn't evict people. Like, you just couldn't. Like, right? But the apartment complex I was working at, I ain't gonna put them on blast, but they know who they are. The apartment complex I was working at, they didn't evict nobody, but they was still racking up the rent. Like, this one resident, I know this resident owed like $40,000 or some crazy high number, right? And then once like the non-eviction thing for COVID lifted, yeah, they had to pay that $40,000, and they didn't have it. So, well, I don't know if it's 40. I don't know what the number was, but I know it was high. But they didn't have it. And they got evicted. Like, you can get out now. You can go ahead and pack all your stuff. The constable coming. I'm going to lock you out. It's all right. You got 15 days to come back and get your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Schedule an appointment with the office. Go ahead and get yourself a store. I know you got money because you wasn't spending it on rent. I don't know what you were spending on, but you wasn't spending it on rent. So all you got to do is, all they had to do, I would tell them, look, they would panic and they would freak out and all this. And I would just tell them, look, man, all you got to do, when you get a chance, you got 15 days to get your stuff out. And it's not 15 business days, it's 15 days. So don't try to be like, oh, I got 3 weeks because it's 15. No. You got 2 weeks and a day. Okay, you got half a month. Okay? Get just depending on a month. If it's February, you got a little over half a month. If it's April, you got 30 days. So you got half a month, right? So, so I would always tell them, get yourself a storage unit, right? Sometimes storage units give you a free U-Haul truck, right? Or a moving truck or whatever it is, right? Schedule a day, get your stuff out, get the storage unit and truck first. Schedule a day with the office, come back, get all your stuff, bro. You'll have one full day. You have 8 hours to get whatever you can get. And it's always like maintenance goes in. We unlock the doors at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you scheduled. If it's scheduled at 7 o'clock and we there, we're gonna unlock that door and we're gonna leave you alone. We ain't gonna bother you. But then when the office closes, yeah, or when maintenance leaves, yeah, we're gonna close that door. So if it's 7 to 3:30, you better have all your stuff out at 3:30 because we coming over there and we closing the door and locking it because the locks are changed. And you can come back in and you can break in, but now you finna be charged for it because you was the last one in there. So now you got criminal, other than civil for eviction. Now you got criminal. So go ahead and do it if you feel like it. Speaking of criminal, man, somebody broke into my work van not too long ago, man, and I seen the dude, right? So I seen him, and so I pull into my parking area, right? And I look over in my work van. I'm like, yo, why is the interior light on in my work van? Don't make no sense. Now I left the interior light on one time by accident, and the battery died. So I said, let me just walk over there and see why the interior light's on. Maybe I left it on or something, right? So I go over there and I see a dude, little stocky Mexican dude, like he was walking like from behind my van, but I didn't see him come out the van, but I see him walking from behind my van, right? And I see him carrying a tool bag and I see him carrying torches, like a acetylene torch. And I'm looking, I'm like, but he walks by, he sees me and he walks by and he was like, what's up? Like nothing's happening. So I'm looking I ain't say nothing to him. I'm looking at him and I'm watching him. And then I go to the work van and the work van window's broken. And I'm like, man, what the hell? So now I see the dude. Now, I'm behind him now and I'm like, on some real shit. I was like, hey, yo, that's my shit. And I'm yelling at him, right? So he starts to run, but he got this acetylene tank and it's heavy. And he got my tool bag and that's heavy. So he puts down the acetylene tank, right? So I'm chasing him, right? And then he puts down the tool, like he drops my tool bag, right? So I'm chasing him, and I kid you not, I'm like not even 10 steps behind this dude. I was about to jump on his ass, but I say, you know what? Let me stop, because I didn't close the van doors, right? And then now my tools is out, and my acetylene torch. So I'm like, bro, let me just stop here, because he could be one or two things. I can't just be chasing this dude and the van be left open. Now anybody can come and take stuff out my van. Like my van, I can come back and my van be empty, right? So I'm like, let me stop. So that's one thing. And the other thing is, like, he could have been a decoy and everybody else could have been coming over here and snatching all my shit out. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just stop, man. Let me just stop. Let me grab my tools, right? And grab my acetylene torch and go back. And then, like, I had to call the police and everything. I mean, it was a whole fiasco. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning too, right? And I'm like, man, this is insane. This don't make no sense. And I'm glad I caught him, because yeah, that's the only two things. That's the only two things he took, and I got those back, right? The tool bag and the acetylene torches. So I got those back. So I'm like, I'm glad I caught him, and when I caught him, because if I didn't, like, my whole van would have been empty. Like I know he would have took everything out of my van. You know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing. And speaking of my van, man, the other day I was I'm on a podcast with 4 other people, right? And you'll see that popping up on my news feed on this platform, whatever. So you'll see it pop up on Facebook and whenever we get the video, you'll see it pop up, right? It's on Facebook, Instagram, like all social media. You'll see it pop up on my side when I was on the podcast with everybody else. It's about 2 hours, but it's enjoyable. Trust me, it's enjoyable, man. So when I posted, when she posted and she sends it to us, or whatever, I'll post it too, and you guys can see it. You know what I'm saying? Just spread the love, spread the word. But I got sidetracked. So when I was doing that podcast, right, I was done with the podcast, or pretty much done with the podcast, right? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front with y'all, man. Like, I was in my work van, and tell me how the keys were in the ignition of my work van, right? And I locked the door, and I'm like, oh shit, I know I did not just do this, man. I was like, God damn it. So I was like, all my tools are in the van. I can't even use no tools to get in this. So I was over at my co-host's house Miss Tamika Pitts, and she has some tools in her garage, like minimum tools. I said, hey man, I said, Tamika, do you have any tools? She said, why? I said, man, I locked my keys in the van, man. Like, she said, no, you didn't. I said, yeah, man. So okay, so I parked my van over Miss Pitt's house because it's safer over there. She lives in a safer neighborhood. I don't live in a good neighborhood. So I'm like, you got me one time, you're not finna get me again. That's why my work van is over there, right? So I put it over there, and then, you know, I was like, do you have tools? And she said, I don't know, check the tool bag. So I'm like, oh my God. So I go on her tool bag, and she had a bunch of flathead screwdrivers. I said, I can work with this. But I needed a pair of pliers or a wrench or something, right? And y'all probably thinking, what you need that for? So, all right, I wasn't always a good guy. I was a criminal at once, right? I was a criminal before, right? Well, not a criminal, but I knew how to get into some shit, right? So what I did was, and I'm not advocating anybody to do this to steal anybody's car, but if you have to do this to get into your car, and you got one of them old school cars with the antenna, with the metal antenna that you can unscrew, the long one, like the long joint, right? So what I did was I unscrewed the antenna from the van, right? And I pried the door open with 2 flathead screwdrivers, went to the front of the van with my phone and flashlight because it was dark. I couldn't see nothing. Went to the front of the van with the phone and flashlight, reached in with the antenna and was like, boop, and hit the unlock button. And I was in and out in 30 seconds. Talk about going to 60 seconds. Hey, that was 30 seconds right there getting in there. I need another 30 seconds to start the car. But the key was in ignition. So what's up, Nick Cage, man? I got you, man. Like, that's faster than going to 60 seconds. This van would have been gone in 35 seconds. It would have been 5 seconds to start the van because the key was in ignition. I ain't hot wiring nothing. I'm a fool, man. So, all right. So don't go breaking into people's work vans, everybody. Don't do it. Don't go breaking people's cars because you're going to get caught. Just don't do it. I just had to do what I had to do to get back in my work van because I only had one set of keys and I locked it with the keys in ignition. So don't do what I did unless it's a dire emergency and you're trying to get into your own vehicle or a family member's vehicle. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do, right? Do as I say, not as I do. That's one of them old cliches. Speaking of cliches, man, and crazy like what do you call them? Superstitions, right? What's up with the parents, right? Our parents, our elders, whatever, saying crazy superstitions. Like, what's the purpose of not opening an umbrella indoors? I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know what else I don't understand? Which don't make no sense, and I still do it, and it don't make no sense. So your hair. You cut your hair, like, or your hair's coming out. You know, females, you brush your hair, whatever, hair's coming out, and you take it out the brush, you throw it in the trash. So I was always told, like, don't. This is the dumbest superstition I've ever heard. So I was always told, and I still do it sometimes. I don't even know why. I think it's just like routine now, right? So the superstition is if you throw your hair in the trash. Well, this is what I was taught. If you throw your hair in the trash, right, the birds will. If you throw the trash out, your hair's in the trash. The birds will get your hair and they'll make a nest out of it and they'll peck at it and you'll have splitting headaches for weeks at a time. That don't make no sense. It's not even on my head no more. That's the dumbest superstition. And I don't understand the superstition why don't put your hat on the bed. What's that about? I don't understand. What's the meaning behind that? And another one, like, what's the meaning behind, like, kiss the bottom of your shoes or lick the bottom of your shoes when they're brand new? Excuse me. And that's supposed to bring good luck? I don't understand that. Why does that bring good luck? I don't understand it. And the only kind of one I kind of do understand is, like, don't put your wallet on the floor or don't put your purse on the floor because you can lose money by someone walking off with your purse or wallet. That I can kind of understand. But other than that, I don't understand it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Especially the umbrella with the open umbrella on the inside. It ain't raining inside and it ain't gonna rain inside. What the hell's the difference? What's the big deal? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But, you know, that's our elders. We didn't question it. They would just yell at us and we would just do what they said. And to be honest, we was low key, because I'm 43. I'm about to be 44. Shout out to me. I'm about to be 44. So what I don't understand is you know what? It's not that I don't understand it, but now I do. But back in the day, I understand it. We was low key abused as kids. Like most of us was low key abused. Like we was beat the hell up. Like we got beat the hell up a few times. On some real stuff, man. Like it's insane how bad we was beat up, right? We was tortured too. It's not like we was just hit once or twice, man. We was told to go get the switch and peel it and get the one that bends the most. It got to be bendy. Get the one that bends the most because that's gonna whip and it's gonna sting. Like that's slavery, bro. Like you whipping us like we slaves. And or extension cord, broomstick, mop handle, bro. It didn't matter. Whatever they get to get their hands on, they was hitting us with it. Shoes, like man, it was insane. It was insane, man. Like we was low key beat up. Man, it don't make no sense, man. Let me cut this music off real quick because it's probably copyrighted. I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But let me cut this off real quick. All right. So that's crazy because I got a Batman shirt on, but that was like Avengers theme. So don't copyright it. I do not own the rights to any of the music that was playing in the background. So please don't take out the audio because this is some good stuff. And if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. So like I said in my post earlier, like the actual post earlier on the platforms, this is going to be my last time, a last little segment on Podbean. I am moving over to Spotify, and I will post a link in the comment section, or post a link in the actual posting section. But I will post a link to Spotify. I will be on Spotify from here on out. I had my little run with Podbean. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Nothing against Podbean at all. You know, Podbean, it works. It's really good. But I had my run with Podbean. So I'm gonna go on Spotify. Spotify's a bigger platform. You got to start somewhere. And Podbean, I give you props, man. You started me out. I'll never forget you. Right? Your app is really easy to use. You know, it's really easy to set up. I didn't know Spotify was just as easy. But Podbean, you know, shout out to y'all. But I'm gonna get off here, man. I gotta cook. My stomach is grabbing my spine right now. I'm like Mike Tyson's spinal. but I gotta cook some steak or something, man. It's getting late. What time is it here in Arizona? It is 8:26, and I never eat this late. But I'm starving. Like I'm starving. I didn't eat nothing. Well, I had some food earlier today, but that was breakfast, and that's all I ate. So, but I'm gonna holler at y'all, man, and I'm gonna get off this thing, and y'all be easy, man. Yeah, I really be easy. It's 2024, man. Like 2023 literally destroyed and broke me. 2024 is fixing me. And that's all I got to say, man. I love you guys. And you guys have a good one.